Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ozzy. If this is your very first time joining my channel, you're welcome. This is the channel I created to share my experience applying for a green card under the EB2NIW category, otherwise called the employment-based second preference national interest waiver category. Today I'm going to talk about 10 misconceptions that people have about the EB2NIW process. Before I go into that, if this is your very first time and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe right now. If you'd love to get a notification in your email every time I upload a new video, please click on the bell sign. The first misconception is that you have to have a PhD, and that is not true. The requirement is an advanced degree, which is bachelor's degree plus 10 years of experience or anything above that. So if you have a master's degree, that's great. If you have a PhD like I do, that's awesome as well. So you don't have to have a PhD to apply under the EB2NIW category. The second misconception is that you need a sponsor. You do not need a sponsor. Now, that's one of the great things about EB2NIW is that you can apply, you can self-petition. So you don't need an employer to sponsor your application. You can do it yourself. So you do not need a sponsor. The third is, of course, that you need a job to apply for the EB2NIW category, and that's just not true. You don't need a job to apply for the EB2NIW category. I've seen students actually apply as long as they meet the requirements of advanced degree. They can show they're exceptional. They can show that it's going to be in the interest of the United States to keep them in the United States. They can apply as well. So you don't need a job offer, you don't need a sponsor, and of course you don't need a PhD to apply for the EB2NIW category. Number 4, you cannot add your dependents on your application, and that's just not true as well. I was the principal petitioner, but I was able to add my husband. So you can add your kids, you can add your spouse to your application, and so that's great. So you can actually add dependents on your application. Number 5, the misconception that it's only for people with STEM degrees, so science, technology, engineering, and math. That is not true. That is so not true. The EB2NIW category was designed for exceptional individuals in the fields of arts, business, and science. Okay, so you have, this covers a wide range of professions or fields. So you could be a consultant, you could be a businessman, you could be a scientist, you could be a lawyer, you could be a pilot, you could be a teacher. As long as you satisfy the requirements, you're good. So it's not only for the people in the sciences. Number 6, without publications, you cannot get approved for the EB2NIW category, and that's just not true as well. Having publications is one out of several ways to show that you're exceptional and that you're recognized in your field. You can have awards, you can have any metric that shows in your field that you stand out. That is actually a way to show that you're exceptional, and so you don't have to have publications. If you're in a field where it's just not common to have publications, use whatever is common in your field to recognize experts in your field. So if you received awards, if you're in the newspaper, if people talk about your work, if you've been, to conferences, giving lectures and talks, if you've gotten contracts based on your expertise or based on your work, if you've gotten grants and contracts and fellowships or scholarships, these are acceptable ways. These are acceptable ways to show that you're amazing and that you're exceptional. So you don't only need publications, okay? There's several ways. When you go to the USCIS website and you read the requirements, they only need that you show in 3 ways, 3 pieces of evidence that you're exceptional. It's great if you have more than that. But if you're a member of professional societies or associations in your field, if you can show that you have received recognition in your field, these are acceptable ways to also show that you're exceptional as well. All right, so that's number 6. Number 7, you cannot leave the United States while your application has been processed. So once you turn in your application, you cannot leave. That, of course, is a misconception. You can leave the United States. In fact, if you go to one of my earlier videos when I talked about traveling while your application is pending using advanced parole combo card, EAD combo card, you see where I talk about the possibility of traveling. I actually traveled while my application was pending. We went to Japan and it was an amazing time. But you have to apply for a travel document using the form I-131 and you're free to go. Nobody's keeping you here. You are free to go. So it's possible to travel while your application is pending. Number 8, you have to be on the H-1B visa to apply. That is not true. That is still not true. I actually thought that was true. When I was in school getting my PhD, someone actually told me that from your F1 visa, you're going to have to move to an H-1B. And then from the H-1B, you're going to progress to a green card. But that's not true. You can actually move directly from an F1 visa to a green card. That's what I did, and so I know you can. All right, and of course you can move from H-1B. So if you're currently on H-1B right now, yes, you can move to a green card. If you're currently on an F1 visa right now, you can actually move from an F1 visa to a green card as well. Number 9, there's the misconception that you have to be in the United States to file for your green card, and that also is not true. The EB2NIW category is available for people from all around the world, so you can file from your home country. It'll just be a little different because you're not going to use the I-485 form, which is for adjustment of status. You're going to go through consular processing, and that's a different route. But of course, you can apply from your home country. That is actually allowed. All right. And number 10, the misconception that you need a lawyer to file for your application. I always advise people who have straightforward cases. By straightforward, I mean if you haven't been out of status, right? If you haven't broken any laws and you're good, you can apply yourself once you meet the requirements. Okay, I did it myself. I didn't have to use a lawyer. I didn't use a sponsor. I was able to apply for my green card, and that's why I wrote the ebook, to help you guys actually self-petition for your green cards. And so if you want to gain access to that ebook that has templates and cover letters and everything that you need, go ahead and look in the description portion of this video. I'll provide that for you. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I've answered some of your questions. If you still have more questions, please ask in the comment section. I'll be very, very happy to answer your questions. Until I come your way again, have an amazing rest of the day. Bye-bye.